We're really lucky today to have Chris Johnston here as well. AFL Academy does a pair of work with the AFL at the moment and also in the Indigenous space with the Lagunda squad and different academies through there as well. Three-time champion premiership player with Brisbane Lions as well, and Jono has been kind enough to give us his time. He was off doing some fishing and shooting and different stuff over the other side on Dooliquid and nearly got reined in, so we're very fortunate to have him here today to give us some of his time. So can we make him welcome, please?
Thanks, Rick. Yeah, boys, so I'm a bit waterlogged at the moment. Slept in about 2 inches of rain last night, so it's fantastic. So I've had about 3 hours sleep and had to up in the car for 2 hours. But all good, all good. Pretty hard act to follow here with Croc with all the AFL stuff that he covers off. It's real valuable information for myself there sitting there. Obviously, you'll get a lot out of it. Some of you will be able to use within your senior groups, and I know there's some junior groups as well here. How many junior sort of coaches we've got at the moment? Okay, and the rest of seniors, are you? Yep, under 18s maybe. Okay, cool. So it's pretty straightforward today. We'll spend about 45 minutes, spend about 10 minutes inside here, and then we'll get you back straight out on the ground again. I'm just going to go from my experience as a player. I had 14 seasons with the Lions as a player and a coach, so sort of just go from my experiences, and then I was able to when I moved back to Melbourne, I coached Avondale Heights in the EDFL for 3 years, and I've been ongoing, as Rick said, for the last 4.5 years, working with Indigenous Multicultural and the Academy as well. So just a little bit of my experiences of what works around pre-season, what doesn't work. I've been with some coaches that have really used it well, their pre-seasons, and really used it poor. There's times when I got great insight into a pre-season, and I just got nothing out of a pre-season. I thought I'd learnt nothing, but hopefully I can give you a bit of an insight and some ideas, some tips moving forward, along with your drills and your skills and the like. Basically, first up, we'll just a quick session brief. We'll be here as we'll go outside. We'll do some drills. We'll do a bit of a warm-up. We'll break up into some groups, and then we'll come together again. So when we get out there, I'll get you in the groups of 5 or 10, whatever the numbers is, and we'll get a captain for each group as well. You'll see what happens from there. Just the last slide there, Rick. So some key ideas for pre-season. Some of the stuff that I've worked out is explaining your drills. Explaining your drills is probably the main point that you get a lot of players confused with. You'll get out in the track. You'll spend how long do you spend out in the track explaining the drill? You reckon? Rough. So I'll give you how long? Couple of minutes. You've got that sorted out then. Were you going to say something? Yeah, too long. So I think the main thing is always have your drills written up. I had a coach in under 18 level, Keith Burns. He had all these drills that we're going to do for the night up on a corkboard, and just explaining the drills on what we were doing and how the session was going to plan. Sometimes coaches, for some reason, we want to give, and it's okay to do that, is to get surprise the players with their sessions, with the sessions that you're running. I reckon it's good to build, especially in pre-season, to build that relationship with your players, some of your new recruits, whoever it is let them know what's going on through the drills. Let them know what's going on through the session. Yeah, you probably don't have to tell them about the 3K time trial they're doing or whatever it is, but just let them know what is actually happening with the skill component of the drills and of the session for that one. Take the time. It's going to take you 10 to 15 minutes if you have it all written up on the whiteboard or whatever it is to go through it. Sit them down rather than spending almost 20 minutes or half an hour that you get lost out on the ground. Okay, on the track. Just sit there, go through it all. I'm pretty sure most of you will be across it, but it's pretty basic. We always think that, for especially community level, and I got it a lot when I went to Avondale, is that they were expecting these great big plans and ideas that I was going to bring. My coach, Lee Matthews, and Pratty, you would have been around it and been very exposed to it with Daniel, is that football's a simple game. Lee kept things very, very simple. Very simple. There's no secret plan about football. Keep it simple. That way you don't confuse yourself, you don't confuse the players, you don't confuse the supporters, which get very frustrated when you're not winning games. But other than that, just keep it simple. I guess as you get deeper in the pre-season, okay, you might not put it up on the wall. You might not go through it. Okay, you might not go through it. You might just rely on your senior group, your leadership group, to actually then be able to come out and explain the drills while you're out in the ground and take control of the group while you're out there as well. That's what we found. We found a lot that we had to actually look at what was on the whiteboard, then go out and execute it ourselves, rather than having a coach there saying, this is what you've got to do, go from A to B to C, all those sorts of things. Give the leadership to the group. That way you get buy-in from the group for the rest of the season and through your pre-season as well. Name your drills. How many guys name their drills? Yep. Everyone named their drills? Yep. No one knows. Only 2 of us. Okay. So name your drills, guys, because there's nothing worse than saying, oh, remember that drill we did last week? Let's go and do that drill again. And let's go and do another drill again. Come up any sorts of names. There's, you might be taking the piss out of someone. Go for it. Take the piss out of someone. It's good fun. Okay. And the last point there is really in the tips there is just have fun. Have fun. Really, really have fun in the pre-season. How serious is the season? It's pretty serious, isn't it, the season? So the one time you can probably have fun and really let your hair down is in that pre-season. You might be doing 3 sessions a week. Make that one session in the middle of the week or on the last one on the Friday night. Make it a fun session. Make it some sort of games. Introduce other sports, okay, soccer, whatever it is, netball, tennis, whatever it is. Have some sort of different component than just football all the time, all right? I found, and talking to teammates and stuff like that, they were always about, not why do we always have to do football, why can't we do something else that we can still get that cardio work or whatever you've done or whatever you need to do for that pre-season, as well as it builds that mateship as well, okay? And they still compete. Make it games so they're still getting that competitive edge when they go out into the track and enjoy each other. Just some of the warm-ups. Okay, so what we're going to do now, so again, that strong point, make sure you have fun. Make sure you enjoy it. We're going to go out soon. As I said, we'll go into groups of 10. And the one thing that I'm really big on as well is introducing other balls. So how many times are you going to touch a footy over pre-season and in the season? A fair bit, okay? So introduce other balls, soccer balls, netballs, whatever it is, tennis balls, whatever that sort of just sparks the mind up a little bit more. And it makes the mindset think differently. It makes you think differently. Rather than just always kicking, handball, marking, it actually makes you think, okay, it's a smaller tennis ball, I've got to focus a bit more. We used to use tennis balls. Who watched a lot of our grand finals, the Brisbane, we used a lot of tennis balls in our warm-ups. We never used footballs inside. It was always tennis balls. So we always do the warm-ups inside, just throw tennis balls for about 10 to 15 minutes with each other. Okay, Lee thought it was just a better way for us to focus on a small object, okay, to focus our concentration a little bit more. Okay, what we're going to do now, I've got a couple of drills made up. I'll hand them out to you guys when we get out there. Each group's going to have a drill. It's only stock standard to start off with, very, very standard, very, very basic, okay, very, very basic. And what you're going to do from there, okay, you're going to have different levels to the drill that you guys have got to come up with it yourselves, okay. You've got to go away, have a chat about it, you might come up with 3 different levels, you might come up with 5. But what I did in my pre-season is that I started very basic, and then just added levels and levels and levels, make it more difficult. Okay, introduce something else in it. Whatever it is, you can make the drill longer, you can make it shorter, you can make it, with another ball, a tennis ball, chuck a tennis ball in there as well. There's no reason why you can't use other sports and other balls. And the way I think is, if you're sitting on the foreshore of the beach, and I say to you, point out that buoy 10 k's away, are you going to be able to point it out and see it? Probably not. So if I bring it in more, if I bring it in the 500 metres and start moving out every 500 metres, you're going to be able to focus on it and see it's right to the end, aren't you? Okay, rather than just going bang and giving the guys the hardest and difficult drill that you want them to achieve, okay, it's going to be hard. And who's going to get frustrated if they don't execute it? Coaches are going to get frustrated. So just add it in, and you can always go back to it. You can always go back to it once you're in the season. All right, you don't have to always make it very, very difficult, and then it becomes part of your warm-up as well. You can do all sorts of things, okay? So it's pretty basic. So you'll go from 3 up to level 5, whatever you need to do. Or as Croc just used, I'm going to pinch that one, is the volumes. You can use the volumes, whatever you want to use in terms of making it level 1, level 2, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. You can work it out whichever way. Again, name your drills, all right? And then we'll do that and we'll come back in and we'll get each group to then explain one of their volumes or levels that they want to, they've added in, and we'll get the captain to explain that, okay? So it's about working with each other, talking to each other, adding different things in, and I want you to actually make sure the drill works as well, okay? I don't want you to just say, yeah, A is going to go to B, B is going to go to C. I want you to actually get around and do the drills. Is that pretty straightforward, guys? Yep. All right, so we'll do that. We'll get outside again. We'll get moving, and we'll start just adding things in. Can I get you, what are the numbers?
I reckon we might go 8, guys. Get
Yep.
groups of 8.
Groups of 8, and just nominate a captain out of that group of 8, if that's okay. Kick that soccer ball, boys. Kick the soccer ball.
It's hard to see that thing in the last bit.
Believe it. Absolutely pissed here.
Yeah, this is all right.
Pretty well.
I was actually, when we were driving down, I'm thinking, oh, geez, it's probably fixed down here. We won't be going outside, but...
Basketball's going in here, but it's a gym as well.
Oh, okay.
So we've just got our, because we're starting at Central Vic Academies.
Yeah.
Just got sponsorship off those guys.
Oh, okay.
It's nice. 16.
All right, guys, what we'll do now, guys, if we can just spread it out another 10 metres, okay? So the kicks become longer, the throws become longer.
Neville Clark, watch your hamstring, Neville.
The sun's all right when it comes out. He's drying all the shit out, look.
Yeah,
Your brother-in-law, he's drying all the stuff out.
Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good, John. Get back to you.
Yep.
Been sitting there.
Yeah.
Scruff was going to do.
All right, guys, bring it in, bring it in. All right, what do we think? What are some of the thoughts? Disorganised rabble, yep. Yeah, it was fun. That's it, that's what it's all about. What else? How'd you go with the soccer ball and then trying to kick a football? Make you think differently? You got to think a bit more. So you're actually having fun, but you've got to think at the same time, all right? Which footballers struggle with sometimes. They have fun, but they don't listen, they don't concentrate, okay? I was one of those guys. Had a lot of fun, but didn't listen. All right, so make sure that you use these things. I want you to experience it for yourself then. If you're ever going to, introduce drills to your team during the pre-season or during the season, okay, then you'll understand, you'll get back in the player sort of mode, understand if the drill works or it doesn't work. I can quite tell there that it works pretty easily, doesn't it, with the warm-up with the different balls. So what are the groups here, guys? So what have we got? So just groups. So as I said, inside, so now, for the next 20 minutes or so, you'll go away, all right, go away, execute the drill, all right, then come back and I'll get you to explain it at the same time. So I'll give you that drill there, it's pretty easy, straightforward, All right. So again, use the other balls and stuff as well. Pretty easy. That's yours there. Goal kicking. There you go. There's another group there. So remember, guys, we want to get five different levels added into this drill. Okay, so that's where you basically start. Oh, sorry, mate. There you go, goal kicking. So what will happen, guys, so now, so it's a basic drill, okay? As you can see, who's confused with the drills that they got? Anyone? Anyone confused with the drills they've got? You'll say yes. Okay, so you've got a 5-point kicking. Okay, so it's just a 5-star kicking, all right, and then you've got to add anything you else want into it. So guys, there's no right or wrong here. There's no right or wrong. Just add whatever you want. You've got about 20 minutes to come up, okay, come up with 5 different levels to your drill. So it's about talking. You don't have to get, I want you to execute the skill, but I want you to talk amongst each other at the same time, yeah? I want you to talk amongst each other, so you don't have to go and execute every single one, but just talk about the different elements that you want to add into it, okay? Bringing different ideas, bringing different thoughts, okay?
Bring it in.
You can use the whole ground too, guys. Use the whole ground. You got the cones. Don't forget you got cones over here. Boys, don't forget you got cones over here as well. If you need cones.
Let's get it going first. Let's get it going. We've got a couple of blokes watching to start talking about what we're going
So you can use the cones too, boys. I reckon you might want to use cones. No, no fish, ducks on the rice, and there was no fucking ducks. Yeah, beer was cold, everything was cold. So what are you guys doing? Have you done any levels yet? What have you done? Level 1. So that's level 1 to level 2? Yeah, that's all right.
Too old to stretch out.
Yeah, the sun's good. It's actually this group's a rebel behind you.
This one?
No, you know, over here behind you on your left shoulder. Yeah. But these guys are going well. These guys are going really well. These guys are really. Huh?
These are all the boys I've coached for years over here.
Oh, okay.
Tiger was my chairman selectors.
Yeah.
They've played under me for
Okay. Yeah.
all the South boys. So they went wooden spoon this year, the boys.
Yeah.
So look at
Yeah.
first time they won.
Go on, Ty, get your bread and butter down there.
Sort of like this tiny little fella. Won 2 Mickelsons
Oh, really?
in Bendigo footy.
Yeah.
Went down to Carlton for a little bit. Played in 4 or 5 grand finals. Just bloody absolute legend of football. He's
AFL
tiny.
grand finals?
No, in
Oh, low.
VFL.
Yeah.
Went down to
VFL.
Carlton but didn't make it, obviously. He's
Yeah.
tiny. But he was just a gun footballer. But
Yeah.
he's just tiny, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tough little bastard.
These guys have done it. These guys have done a lot of. They've done. They've had a chat for 10 minutes. Anything, yeah. Which is okay. They're working it out.
He's a development coach over at North Central, the one
Yep.
with the red shirt on.
Yeah.
So this is what we find here, Jono, is there's very little expertise in our region. We haven't got a lot of ex-AFLers and whatever.
Yeah.
Hasn't been a lot of that.
Well, this is good now. When we come in, I'll give them another 5 minutes, but now we'll come back in and then start talking. Like, they've got to start talking. They've got to start sharing. Like,
So that's we had Coach of the Year dinner on Friday night.
Yeah.
Clarkson was the main
yeah.
principles he spoke about. Was preparation. The first one was vision.
Yeah.
Preparation. The last one was just communication.
Yeah.
Unless you can get the communication through and whatever it is.
So how often do these guys share information? Would they through the year? Not very often. Everything's like a
Closed vault.
yeah.
But you know that main point you were trying to get the Lickunders to do was coach each other out in the ground.
Yeah.
Well, that's a really valid point for these sort of
Coaches that coach each other as well. Yeah. Oh, do you want me to touch on it at some stage? Yeah. All right, come in, guys. Jog in. You're all active. Jog in. Just leave your stuff where it is. Leave your stuff where it is. We'll go back out. We'll go back out in a sec. Okay, so I've seen a few different groups go around. Group over here really talking, didn't go out first, just spoke about what they needed to do. Some other groups just going straight out, doing what they wanted to do and just kick the ball around. But some real groups just talking and communicating with each other, okay? It's probably one of the biggest things around pre-season, that the communication needs to be very, very high with your coaches as well, getting them on the same level. What were some of the challenges? Any challenges along with the different levels so far? Who's got the level 5 yet? Anyone? Level 5? You've spoken about it? Yeah, you've spoken about it. So this group here just spoke about it first. So yes, this is about pre-season and all those sorts of things, but it's about communicating with each other as well. All right. One thing as a coach, what you love to do, what you love your players to do is what? Probably out in the ground. You want them to coach each other out in the ground, okay? You guys here, you're the core of this sort of area of coaching, all right? You've got to tap into each other. You've got to use each other's experiences. You've got to make contact with each other while you're here and share ideas. You wouldn't believe how many, like Croc would share that many ideas with different other AFL clubs and assistant coaches to make each other better, all right? So this is what this whole day is about, to make you guys better in your area and in your zone here where you're coaching, okay? So you've got to make sure you share your ideas, all right? So you guys, what did you guys do again? Tell us what you did.
We went through and figured out the 5 levels in theory of what we wanted to do and the different variations and why we chose those particular ones. And we're just going out and putting it into practice, and just if there was anything that we needed to tweak as we were doing it, we just
Yeah. Because that's the main thing, guys. Just share information. Share information, get around, communicate to each other. Anyone else gets a level 5 in the practical session? In a practice session? No? Pretty straightforward? Yep. That's the next question. Who used other than just footballs? Try to figure it out how to get it in? Yep. All right. So let's go back out again. I'll give you another 10 minutes or so and then we'll come back in and discuss again. All right? So back out, work out what you need to do.
Next time you come to one of my shows, I want to see you wearing blue and brown. Doesn't go. Fashion crime. Have a little bit of a think.
Yeah. So now these guys are now talking about it.
It's good, John. It's good, mate. This is really good, mate, because it's a good mix-up on what we've had.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So who'd you have? Well, yeah.
Young bloke,
Essendon High Performance. Then Croc. Oh, so you've only had 3, and then yeah, okay.
And Ray.
Right, yeah. Yep.
Ex-Kangas.
Yep.
High Performance. So what I wanted was 2 guys with a coaching experience,
Yep.
yourself and Croc, and that playing experience as well, and then 2 guys from the high performance sort of.
Yep.
Just to balance it out.
Yeah.
No, this has been good.
They're trying to kick the tennis ball, which is fucking real hard.
Good for the ball job, mate. No, it's good, Johnny. Yeah, good, mate. Appreciate you coming up. Pain in the arse when you're.
No, mate. No. It's fucking. There's nothing around. Oh, fucking pain. Oh, this can't talk to anyone. He's fucking unbelievable. I mean, fucking unbelievable. He's just seen some bird fucking. He does. Mate, you'll talk to a fly on a wall. You just talk to anyone. Nah, mate, that's easy. That's easy though. But the buoy in the ocean made sense, didn't it? Yeah. So they're back inside again now? Yeah.
Back inside and home straight, mate.
Yeah.
We'll send them away with a bit of tucker in there, so thanks for coming. Oh, look at your nephew was mucking around on a swing. Can you see?
Oh shit.
See if there's another one here. See if I've still got it. This is what it looked like when he first done it. See if I can find it. He was mucking around on a swing, and they ended up hitting him in the face. Where is it? Where's the verge? See if I can find it for you. Anyway, he's ended up smashing his eye socket. He's been flown to Melbourne.
Shit, man. On a swing.
Yeah, on a swing. So
Yeah.
the metal thing's hit him in the eye. Smashed his eye socket. Yeah, fucked him. No, I haven't got it. Anyway. No, I can't find it. That's it.
I'll get each group to explain every level they've gone through, but just real close.
Yep. That's good, Johnny. Real good. It's a good balance, mate. So working well.
So how come Morphy isn't coaching or anything? How come,
He toyed a little bit there at one stage. He was doing a bit with the Pioneers first.
Yeah.
And then he was doing a little bit of assistant coaching at Kangaroo Flat.
Yeah.
And he must have just not liked it.
Not
He
liked
sort
it,
of
not
got out of
enjoyed it.
Yeah. Because I thought I actually tried to get him to coach my old side.
Yeah, right.
Perfect opportunity there. You know a few of the boys.
Yeah.
Go in and have a go. And I just think he's just happy enough just cruising around.
Yeah,
He's
cruising around doing what he's doing.
pretty well, the subway.
Yeah. He said he was going to get into the those bouncers, trampolines.
Oh, yeah.
But he done all the research for it, and then found out Greg Williams had well advanced into it.
Right.
So he pulled the pin on it.
But he's a bit of an entrepreneur. Oh, Wolfie.
Wolf, yeah, he always has been.
Something
He's
going.
always sniffing around.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Now, you know,
Facilities around here.
I finish up at the AFL at the end of this week.
By choice?
No, sorry, no. They also all the funding had dropped away. So I was mainly my stuff came from Rio Tinto, and in the last couple of years they haven't put much money in, and then the whole business is fucking dropping away. So I'm in the hunt for a job.
Jesus.
In the hunt for a job.
You got a knife? What do you reckon?
Oh, I've got a couple of things on the go. Just got to wait to see how they pan out.
What do you want to do?
I want to probably stay within like development, coaching, and all that sort of stuff. So just the talent department got to find out whether they've got funding for me to actually just keep doing it. And there's talk of it.
There's a huge need for it.
Yeah, and there's talk of it becoming a full-time gig as well, level 2. So they'll have to advertise it, and then I'll see if I'll apply for it. Yeah, I'll just see. No, well, it depends. Depends who's on there, who's on the board, and who's on the selection part of it all as well.
No, you're good on paper though, mate.
Yeah, they're going well. I'll get them in. Yeah. I've got a meeting with Steve Reaper.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a northwest role going there, which is in my area where I live. So it should be handy.
Yeah, okay.
Now, what do you?
He's a Kyneton boy originally.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep. So he actually played pioneers.
Reece Magan
Yep.
from Avondale.
Yeah.
I got him to Avondale.
Did
Yeah. Do you know what the transfer fee was? Find out for me, if you can, because we got him because I rang up because Reece confines me a little bit.
Yep.
I mentored him for 4 or 5 years,
Yep.
and he rang me to say that they don't want to, they're not going to release him.
Well, we had his coach at Kyneton ring us up
Yeah.
and say, what's the go with these transfer fees? Because technically, in some ways they do exist and they don't really exist, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but we got him for nothing. We got him for $1,000 sign-on, and it was 300 a game, mate. And he's played outstanding football there. Like you sort of say, okay, fair enough, mate. You've been great for us. So I rang a couple of the board members, the board and the committee. I said, what the fuck's going on? What are you doing to this kid, mate? All he wants to do is play with his brother and get away from fucking Sadi Ghazi.
He's giving you good service for it.
Yeah. Mate.
As long as if he come over for heaps of money into his knee,
Yeah.
didn't get anything out of it.
All right, I'll bring him in, mate, and then I'll get him explained. Still about another 10 minutes. All right, bring it in, boys. Bring it in.
So your old mate Reece Magan's going to play better.
Yes, Rusey.
Yeah, I'll have to go down and watch
Rick and I were just talking about him just now, because I got him for a steal at Avondale.
Oh, mate, he's
I got him for a steal, and then they were trying to ask for Avondale were trying to ask for X amount of money for a transfer fee, and I thought that was a bit unfair, considering we got him for nothing. Got great service. All right, guys, who's going to go first with their group? Explain. All right, out you come. So give us the 5 levels, so you don't have to go right out. Just in here, close. Explain yourself.
Rightio.
All right, listen up, guys.
We had the 5-star handball. So the first level of that we called getting to know each other. So that was just standing in the 5-star position and just calling out your name. With tennis ball, wasn't it? Yep, just any ball you got, just throwing the ball around, but getting to know the guy's name. Pre-season, new players.
Yep, good point.
That one. The second level, we then brought out the soccer ball. So we had the soccer ball and just kick it to the points that the formation we want to run around it. Same thing using the names, bang, but still stationary. Third level, we introduced the football. So just going through the basic 5-star handball.
Yep.
And just running through to the group. You missed the one, running through to the group. The fourth level was the up and down. So if you received the ball off the ground, you handballed it up, called it up. The guy receiving it, call it down and handball it through, going through that.
Yep.
Same formation. And then the 5th level was give and protect.
Yeah.
2 balls. And you're missing 2 cones actually. You're giving it through, following through with the shepherd and going to the third
Beautiful.
cone.
Good work.
That was it.
Easy. See, you've got one drill, guys, and you've all had one drill that you can get 5 different things that you want to achieve out of it. All right. Who's next? The group over here. I thought you guys were pretty good. Yeah. Listen up, guys. So what did you have? You had figure 8 kicking, didn't you? Yep.
Down the line, across the other corner, down the line, across the corner. So we just started with that as level 1. Level 2, we're going to add in the diagonal kicking along the ground, so you have to pick it up. Level 3, we changed to the soccer ball. Level 4, you change to the tennis ball, so each time you make it a bit harder, you've got to concentrate more on the kick. Level 5, we couldn't actually do because we didn't have enough, because we thought if you had different balls coming at you, so one time it would be the footy, next time it might be the tennis ball, you've got to concentrate even harder to keep it off the ground.
Did you come up with any names? No. the football one, the soccer ball one, and the tennis ball one. That's the one. You guys had the goal kicking, I think.
Yeah, we
Yep.
pretty much a basic triangle goal kicking drill. Obviously we didn't have the goal, so we sort of just stayed at 3 points. Near enough was close enough. Fitness of the boys, near enough was close enough. So yeah, obviously just worked the ball around clockwise and went anti-clockwise. Threw it a defender, as I say, as a full back, so the boys had to kick the ball further out into space for the forward. Another one was we brought the two points out there, brought them in closer.
Yep.
And they sort of split each way, and the full back had to kick to the best option, and he switched it across, and he was allowed him to have a shot at goal.
Excellent. Good work. Good work. Well done.
Yeah, we had a similar one, but we had the sort of 2 points triangle goal kicking drill. We nicknamed it the Bermuda Triangle.
Beautiful.
First one, you just soccer ball, we're just going around, just kicking it in the triangle. Level 2, you just swap the soccer ball for a footy. Level 3, we just manipulate the cone a little bit. So, is it that one? Oh no, level 3, we extend it out a little bit. So, instead of kicking to the bloke in the cone, you're putting it out in front.
Yep.
So, an emphasis on kicking the space. Then level 4, rather than this bloke coming off the flank, we'll put it back in the middle. So, he's getting more of a half back running roll, then kicks the goal. And then level 5, we have a defender, so after this bloke kicks it out, he's coming up and putting pressure on the goal kicker, and we're just zipping it around a lot quicker.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So we've had 2 same drills, and we've had 5 different levels. Okay, so there's 10 drills within one drill that we've started from. So you just got to keep creating, just thinking out of the square, talking to other people. One thing I haven't seen yet, but I don't think these guys did, is that you can add cones into it. You can add cones into it. You can, just because it was 3 cones there, you can add another 4 cones into it. Whatever you want to do. Add another 4 groups. Whatever you want to do. It might be a snap from the boundary line. It might be a play on. Any sort of. It might be a crumbing goal. Whatever it may be. All right.
5-star kicking drill. So we just started with a football, just static kicking with a football. Level 1, level 2, we use a soccer ball, kicked and followed through. Level 3, we moved the cones out a bit, and we actually did some chip kicking, so changed the style of kicking for ourselves. Level 4 was a kick and catch, so we used a soccer ball and threw the tennis ball as well, so trap and kick and catch at the same time, so just using some different concentration skills. And level 5, we had a level 5 and a level 6. So your level 5 was you had a soccer ball in a triangle, so you're working the soccer ball around the triangle, and then the 2 guys down there are kicking and working through backwards and forward. So you had obviously some differentiation within that drill. And the other one was again a chip kick, run up on the mark, but leave the short 45 open for that kick down the line as well. So,
Yeah. Good. Some great ideas, boys. Some great ideas. Some fantastic thought process through it all. What are some of the things that probably haven't mentioned in any of the drills? There's a couple of things that probably haven't been mentioned within the drills or added into the drills.
The kick and catch bit, that was really about communication.
Yep.
Really getting some communication going.
Yep.
So what's going on. So the jaws,
Yep.
Chris, jaws, Rick,
Okay.
coming to you and that sort of stuff. So that,
Mistakes made, just because you're next in line doesn't mean you can't.
Yeah. So if we think about the game in itself, a game of football, what are some of the things that happen in a game of football that we haven't had in any of the pressure? Yep. Contact, physical, okay. So pre-season, do we have physical contact during pre-season or not? What do we think?
yeah, I'm all for it.
Yep. You're all for it. Yep, that's no worries. You just don't want to injure your players. Yeah, you can add that into it, okay, and you can add the levels into it. So you might be competing first and it might be just pushing body. You might then start off each other. Then you can just keep adding levels. You've got to remember, just keep adding things into it, all right, that the players already know. No point coming out with a whole different new drill, as I said, inside, and then they're going, shit, we've gone from this level right up to this level. You confuse the players and you don't get the outcome that you want, all right, when you then go out to execute the skill. And the only ones that get upset are us. All right. Any questions, guys? Any comments to help each other out?
I'll try to coach that before they involve the kids as well and get the kids to make some variations of those games as well that they want to do and give them a bit of ownership of the game.
It's like what we did as a drill, you can give it to the players to formulate some levels on the...
Yeah, correct. Correct. I know the...
Used to being given this is it, that's it, but to give them a bit is not possible.
I know the goal kicking, the kids would love it from the boundary line. They all love that. That's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Any other comments, guys? What did you think of the other balls? How did that make you feel in terms of your warm-up and then concentrating a little bit more? You got to have it up, don't you? And you could throw a gridiron ball in there if you want. What are some other things? Anything else? Any other ideas anyone thought of?
You could just say with the ball is a different drill, you blow a whistle if you're near the goal, whatever ball you have, you can try and kick the ball.
Correct, yep. Yep. Cricket bat, tennis rackets. The other thing that we had was we had tennis rackets and we're just hitting the balls in. So cricket bat, whatever you want to use in that way. Just the slip catches, however you want to do it. All right. All right, guys, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. And hopefully you've got something out of the drill, or out of the drills, and then you can add it into your own pre-season coming this season. And good luck with your season next year, guys.
Thanks, Johnny.
I'll get those things back off you too, yeah.
Get those cards, stick them back to Johnny. Go straight inside and follow on with Ray.
Too easy, mate. Bang on 45 minutes for you.
You are perfect. Perfect.